Tonight, we are looking back at the 1919 Chicago race riots, also known as the Red Summer.
The violence began on July 27th when a black teenager, Eugene Williams, crossed into what was considered at the time a whites-only side of 31st Street Beach. A white man hit the 17-year-old in the head with a rock, causing him to drown. For an entire week, white Chicagoans terrorized black communities who fought back. 38 people were killed and more than 500 people were injured. Historians say the 1919 race riot is one of the leading causes for the racial segregation still evident in Chicago today.
And this afternoon, we are joined by Franklin Cozy-Gay and Peter Cole, who are the co-directors of the Chicago Race Riot of 1919 Commemoration Project. Welcome, both of you, to the program, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, Peter, I want to start with you. You're a history professor at Western Illinois University in Macomb. Can you speak to our viewers on why events that happened more than a century now still matter today?
Well, in addition to being the worst incident of racial violence in the history of the city of Chicago, as Natalie noted, it's also actually one of the major reasons, perhaps the most important reason, that the city remains segregated 103 years later. Violence was used to force black people to remain in certain neighborhoods. Subsequently, other legal, less overtly violent means were used to achieve the same end.
And Franklin, you're an anti-violence worker. How does teaching this story further your mission in Chicago communities?
Thank you. Yeah, I actually have a public health background, and public health, we believe, looking beyond the individual, but actually looking further upstream. And so a lot of times when we focus on violence prevention efforts, unfortunately, we look at individuals, perhaps youth, families, or communities. But the importance of this story really uplifts structural mechanisms that are really tied to the root causes connected to violence.
Peter, let's go back to you. This commemoration project, I understand it was inspired by a trip to Germany. Can you elaborate on that?
Of course. Well, so in Germany, including in the capital of Berlin, there is an enormous amount of memory and public art and monuments and museums dedicated to the history of the Holocaust. And as a historian of the United States and an American and someone who teaches African-American history, the contrast between what Germany does to remember history that is obviously unpleasant compared to what the United States fails to do, say how it treats its lack of coverage of the history of near genocide of natives, but the enslavement of Africans too, is striking, right? And so to me, it seemed quite simple that we might learn something from Germans and apply some of the ideas specifically that they have used, including one called Stolpersteine, which is German for stumbling stones, where you're walking down the streets of German cities and you come across some of these images that tell you that a victim of the Holocaust lived in that place. So we're going to put 38 markers at the 38 locations where people were killed in 1919.
And Franklin, if you can elaborate on that project a little bit more, you're going to be using glass bricks, and they're being made by youth impacted by trauma.
Thank you. Yeah, it was very important when we were choosing artists that we, as Anthony mentioned, we made a tie between the past and today. And so in that spirit, we were really inspired by work coming out of Firebird Community Arts, particularly Project Fire, that works with youth that have experienced traumatic, violent traumatic events, and they use glass blowing as a form of trauma-informed therapy through Healing Hurt People Chicago, working with Project Fire and Firebird Community Arts. It was important for us to tie the mechanisms from 103 years ago today, and we're very proud, thanks to Firebird Community Arts, and with capacity support by Organic Oneness, that we're able to make this a reality.
I love this idea. Peter, before we let you guys go, when can we expect to start seeing these bricks? And is there a part of the city where there's going to be a concentration, or are they kind of be scattered around the neighborhoods?
Well, 38 people were killed across many, many square miles of the city, 2 in the Loop and 5 on 35th and State Street. Most of the killings happened on the south side in neighborhoods now called Bronzeville and Bridgeport, but as far south as into the 50s, like Washington Park, near West Side, Southwest Side, right? Because there were mobs of people, white people, like Natalie said, who were searching for black people to attack that week. And so we hope to have our first series of installations done in June, and we hope that all 38 will be completed before the year is out.
All right, Franklin and Peter, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for bringing this incredible project to the city of Chicago.
Thank you.
Yeah, please keep us posted on progress getting those bricks installed. Can't wait for that to go in.